Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and welcome. It's Nurse Richard, the Wax Wizard. Thanks for joining me. Look, got a tool out. For all those people who say I never use them, I do use them. I don't necessarily show you all the videos where I use them because they're usually over pretty quickly. This is the Cawthorn hook. You can't appreciate how tiny this thing is. Now, I did use this and pulled it. It's a really dry, big plug, this one. And I used it to pull it forward. Now this is the reason why I sometimes don't use it, because as I pulled it forward, the patient felt it was quite uncomfortable. However, I don't think that was as much to do with using the hook to drag this forward. It was more to do with how dry and uneven this thing was, because it wasn't perfectly round. It was quite hard, so it had a lot of sharp edges on it, and as you're dragging that forward, it was she found it a little uncomfortable. So what I did instead was, it had already brought it forward, so it had done half the job for me. So then, as it was uncomfortable, I put a load of olive oil in there and suctioned it out. And as you can see, it worked pretty well. It came out pretty quick. It's funny, you can see why it was uncomfortable actually when this thing comes out, because you'll have a look at the shape of it. Because it's like a smiley face. Well, it's actually like a frown because it's upside down. But yeah, it's shaped like that, like a banana. But I think I said to her at the time, I said, "Oh look, it's a smiley face." "Oh no, actually it's a frown because I'm holding it upside down." There you go. Look at that.
It's like a smiley face.
And that's why I was uncomfortable, because I suspect the tail end of that was probably in the recess. So as I was pulling it forward, it would have been brushing up against the bony part of the ear canal, which is very sensitive. So that's probably why. However, that one wasn't actually the ear that she had a problem with, believe it or not, because there was a few gaps around it. She couldn't hear great, but she could hear okay through it. But this one, which was a right ear, she described as having problems for years, and I mean years. She said, ever since I can remember, and she was a good age, ever since I can remember, I've always had blockages in this ear. Now, I don't think she'd had it done for a very long time, but it's mostly skin in this. I don't think it's keratosis obturans. That's not to say that it can't be ruled out, which is a condition where the skin doesn't shed out the ear properly. But it does have a few hallmarks of it. I suspect it's just an accumulation of dried skin. It was quite a small ear, difficult to get into, and what it kept doing, I had to switch to another method at the end. I had to switch to the irrigation, so there's a few underwater shots of that at the end, and you'll see why I had to do that. Because as I was putting, this is the full-size tube, as I was putting the full-size tube in, a couple of occasions the ear canal tried to close shut on me, and that can be quite risky. If the ear canal closes shut and it traps the suction tube in there, obviously you create a vacuum effect in the ear canal, and you can cause some trauma to the eardrum there. Not sure, is it at this point that it does it? You see it's threatening it there, so I just pulled it back, and I think the next time I go in,
Get away from me, that's it.
it fully shut. So I thought, I've got to do something else. So I think I swapped to the fine end tube, because it's slightly less. There you go. You can just see it trying to shut on me. Say, nope, you're not coming in. Not today, sunshine. So I've changed the fine end tube, so there's less suction power with that. So that was less likely to happen. However, I'm using however a lot. So I don't know where that's come from. Trying to get something like this out with the fine end tube is you can be there all day sometimes, because it's very often than not, it's not really got the power to deal with something like this. You'd be there all day. I didn't have all day, so that's why at the end of the video I switched to the irrigation, which you'll see shortly. I had actually met this lady before. She was the wife of somebody who I looked after in my old job as a district nurse. I used to care for people who had terminal illnesses. Sadly, her husband had one of those, and I looked after him at home until he passed. But I know she was very grateful that he got to stay at home to live out his last few days pretty comfortably. And, you know, a lot of people would rather be surrounded by family in a place that they're comfortable with when that time comes, you know. So I'm glad we got to help him to do that anyway. Hello to you watching anyway. So, no, the daughter's a nurse who I briefly worked with when I was a student many years ago. So you're going to see the irrigation in a bit. Before I quickly carry on, I just want to say a quick thanks, because I got a few gifts over Christmas and New Year, and I really want to thank those who sent me. You're going to like them as well. Thanks to Colleen and Terry, you know who you are. I got sent a mug warmer. You have no idea how valuable a mug warmer is to a nurse, because we're forever making cups of tea and then forgetting about it, or getting distracted, getting called away somewhere else, and then coming back to a cold cup of tea.
Okay.
So that's really useful, as is this. Mind you, Aussie button. I don't know if you can see that there. It says good day on it. And I think I have done a few Aussie accents in a few other videos. And she must have got me this, because I'm pretty bad at it, to be honest. So in case, if I want a quick Aussie phrase, all I've got to do is press this. I hope you can hear this through here. I'm sure you will.
G'day, mate.
And we get Aussie phrase of the day.
She'll be right, mate.
She'll be right.
You be guilty.
I love that one. You can see nice, clear, shiny ear canal here. And let's have one more, shall we?
Mate.
Mate. One more.
Fair dinkum.
Fair dinkum. Where do all those sayings come from? And I thought we had some odd ones where we come from, but not half as odd as you Aussies. Anyway, hello to everybody down under, if you're watching. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that video. Plenty more to come soon, including not far off episode 400 now, which I've half done the musical element for. I think you're going to really enjoy it. But for now, take care of yourself, and I'll see you later. Ta-da.